Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Heat
Holy
on
shit.
Podcast.
Whoa.
Nice. Welcome back.
Hey, everybody.
Episode 12, is it?
It's episode 12
I
of your
asked-
favourite podcast.
Well,
I ask every week. But that was good to have the old school back again. Skrillex in the house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're dialing it back. We've also got me and Ben both have soundboards. Hit it, Ben.
I can't stop.
I feel a little left out. I'm not going to lie. I wish I had a soundboard. All I have is a laptop with a Word document open on it.
Novus.
We won't let him do it.
Yeah, they won't give me one. But good of Skrillex to still let us use that sting once a month.
Yeah.
Nice enough of him. we
we've
don't own
been-
the rights to the music.
We've been doing his landscaping, so he owes us one.
Totally. He does.
definitely does.
Today on the show, we're going to be talking All Blacks.
We're going to be talking about the bloody All Blacks.
What the heck happened over there in South Africa? We don't have the answers.
I don't know. I didn't fucking get up for it.
No, well, I didn't this time either, and maybe that's why it was even worse than last week. We're also going to be going to the NRL. Hell of a good weekend. Final round of the regular season. Spoon Bowl.
Spoon
The
Bowl.
Bulldogs shitting the bed and other things. And the NPC.
The MP bloody C.
Whoa!
Wowee.
The NPC was sick this week.
Yeah, it was pretty sick, and it's continues to deliver.
A lot of rivalries and a lot of just mana on the line, as well as big pieces of metal shields. And then other stuff. We've got all sorts of other things. Wilder news.
Yeah, we've got news stuff. We've got a couple segments I might throw in that these guys don't know is coming.
Stick around. We're gonna do heaps of stuff. But first, oh my goody aunt, Razor Robinson.
Everybody, shut the rock up.
Shut the ruck up.
Shut the rock up, man.
Rugby dummies.
Time for the rugby, you big dummy.
It is.
How about them All Blacks?
Them All Blacks. They went over to South Africa for a two-test little stint of the Rugby Championship, and they lost their second one on Sunday morning, 18-12, to Rassie and the Springboks in Cape Town.
Bloody hell.
Who watched any of it? Who got up for it?
I got up and watched the highlights.
Nice.
Before coming here.
That's totally acceptable. 3 a.m. kickoff. It's a bit rough.
I had a deep beauty sleep last night, booked in for weeks, so I had to get it in. But, I think what is really happening here is that without us sending all the mana over from actually watching it live, is that the ABs are just really struggling.
They're struggling. They know we're not getting up as much as we used to. I got up at 5 a.m. Don't know why. Random kind of time to get up and
That is
absorb.
totally random,
I just
yeah.
didn't want to get up at 3.
Yeah.
So I went to bed early, but then I had the game ruined for me. It just went straight to the end on the app.
Oh, yeah.
And
it'll do that.
it'll do that.
It
Yeah.
knows that you're cheating. And it's like, no. You don't get to go
It
from the
pissed
start.
me off. I had not looked at my phone. I knew there were messages on there about the result, and then it just went, you know where they lost it? And I was like, no, fuck. But yeah, I did go back and watch it, and where they lost it was, I don't know. They just didn't score any tries, really.
The early bird gets the worm, so to speak, but really we wanted the windmill, not the worm, didn't we?
We
that's
wanted the
true.
windmill
I
and the
would've-
worm.
Yeah, the worm would have been good.
The worm actually would have been quite sick.
Would have been awesome.
Yeah, we didn't score any tries. It was lots of kicks.
There were a
we
lot
got
of kicks.
close. They got close a bunch of times, but I want to dial it back.
Go on.
I didn't actually see this in the highlights because I was skipping. I don't know. It might have been in there.
Yeah.
Did they respect the haka this time?
So you've put me on the spot. I meant to
Shit.
go back and check it out, but so the on the computer it wouldn't let me go back further than 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
And it went back to 1
Classic.
minute into the game. So I missed the haka as well. But I'm assuming they did because Cape Town's more of an All Black centric place.
True, they've got a bit more respect
If,
there.
if you know about what happened in the haka, because you got up at 2:55, you freak, send us a message and we'll discuss it next week.
Yeah, flick it in.
Yeah,
But,
I can imagine that they would have been told to rein their heads in, and just pay a bit of respect.
I think so.
You know, after everything that's been happening lately, a lot of news about them disrespecting the haka. I actually saw a video as well sorry to take it back to
Go on.
last week's game, where Caleb Clark was going around the crowd at the end of the game, signing balls, signing boobs,
Nice.
signing
Hell
butts. And the fans were throwing like beers at him.
What the heck?
Yeah, and he actually saw it coming and gave it the goosey and stepped it. It was coming hot at
Whoa.
him. And yeah.
Well, like I said, they were serving jugs of piss over there. You expect them to remain civil?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the person is in charge of what they do, but the jugs were huge.
Yeah, big jugs.
But
Save
big
that,
jugs.
Save that for when you lose.
Absolutely. A couple of things I noticed in watching the replay, blurry-eyed at 5 a.m. Wallace Satiti was mean.
Because I'm a stud.
He was actually very mean, Wallace Satiti.
Yeah, he was good.
Number 6.
Yep.
Artie, I hate to say it, went missing. I didn't really notice Artie a huge amount.
Yeah.
And Stephen Bates at halftime said, shit, he's a good player. So he was swearing on the rugby commentary. I thought that was interesting.
Really?
He said shit, he's a good player in the
said
studio.
shit.
He said shit live.
Holy shit.
Which I thought was quite cool. And at one point, I think the ref's mic picked up one of the All Blacks saying, fuck him up, as they ran out of the defensive line, which another little tidbit. I thought that was quite a nice little bit of detail there.
Sometimes you do have to use like very descriptive words to sort of get in that headspace of
Shit,
a big
totally.
test on the line
Absolutely.
So
I love to see it.
It gets primal out there, you
It
know,
does.
and then as well as, you know, hearing a bit of swearing here and there, you can hear the contact.
Oh, the slaps, yeah.
And fuck me. God, that's it was
that's-
getting physical
That's
out
the
there.
noise
was.
that does it for me too.
I was actually worried a bit. I was like, hey, don't tackle too hard out
No,
there, guys.
chill out. Hey, what do you guys reckon Razor's going to do for the next couple of weeks before the Australia tests? How does he prepare? Get the mind reset, because he's lost 3 games in the rugby championship out of 4
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah.
He's probably going to call Leon McDonald.
You reckon? Hey, would you want to come
Do you want
back?
to swap?
Oh, I'll be assistant. Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
I reckon he might do some sort of ritual. Maybe I reckon he'll go to like his local psychic. Maybe go to his local shaman.
Yeah.
His local priest. He's basically going to tick off every spiritual advisory in the book and try and just get him back to 100%.
Yeah, and he loves to ride a skateboard down to the surf break and surf the waves. And so I think maybe a bit of skateboarding and surfing will clear the mind.
Yeah.
Getting back to the home base
Getting
and
really centered.
I guess that's what he calls grounding, is putting his
Well,
feet on a
that's what I
board.
was going to say. We probably won't be seeing him wearing shoes for the
No.
next few weeks. He's going to be as grounded as possible.
Yeah.
He's going to do a lot of, like, I'd say rituals. Like I was saying, he's
Yeah.
going to burn his old stat sheets. He's going to burn pictures of Leon McDonald.
Burn pictures of Russie.
Yeah.
If you live in Christchurch, just keep an eye out on the beaches. If you see some sort of circular patterns with a lot of footprints appear, then we know he's in a good headspace. He's down there practicing his windmills.
Totally.
Yes,
totally.
absolutely.
So if you see zigzagging, he's contemplating a lot.
something
He's
else
not
going
in a
on.
good space. Yeah.
I did a bit of research this morning after I found out they lost, and I just to get a bit nerdy here, the All Blacks test for the rest of the 2024, it doesn't get a lot easier.
No. It doesn't.
2 against the Wallabies, that could be considered easy.
Yeah,
But,
yeah,
I mean,
right.
not at the moment. We'll see how they go. And then they played Japan on the way north. Okay, let's tick those in the win column, perhaps. But then, in the northern tour, it's England, Ireland, France, and then Italy.
Jesus.
So, I mean, they could lose fucking...
All of them.
So they could lose 6 out of 12 tests this year. If those are 3 big teams. I don't want to be a worrywart here, but fuck, that could be a 50% win record for the All Blacks in Razor's first year.
That'd be crazy.
I
That would be bad.
I think what's happening here is, obviously we know Razor's record with Christchurch.
Go
they were
on.
stellar, never lost
Yep.
a game.
The Christchurch
They were always
Crusaders,
the favourites,
famous. Yep.
Maybe he's sick of being the favourites and he wants a little turn of the underdog
He
status.
does, yeah. It's definitely rebuild time. There was rebuild after 2019, half a rebuild, but now it's really full rebuild.
Yeah.
There's fucking, aside from Cody Taylor and I don't know, Artie, there's really not that many guys in there. Oh, Bowden Barrett, I
Jeez,
suppose.
this rebuild has taken longer than the Christchurch rebuild after,
is.
after the
It
earthquakes.
is,
It is.
Or even the metro station lines that they've been building for the
which
past
have killed downtown Auckland.
3-4 years of
Yep.
it's killed the city.
Yeah.
It's basically been going on the same time. It's,
has.
It's maybe there's some sort of relation in there.
It could be.
And I know for a fact that Razor's got big things in the works with the team. He's got a lot of plans. So I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
be surprised if next year, when they came back, Damian McKenzie was 120% jacked.
Maybe 120
Yeah,
kilos.
wow. Yeah.
He could be a really big
Because I'm a stud.
square first 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
know?
I'd love to see that.
That would be cool.
Totally.
Well, hey, I just want to say all the best to the All Blacks. Enjoy your week off. I think they don't play next week and then they start two tests against the Wallabies. So,
Yeah.
hey, Tip of the cap.
Son of a bitch.
First time they'd lost to South Africa 4 times in a row since like 1949.
Is it 4
Christ.
times now?
Yeah, they lost just before the World Cup in Twickenham.
Yep.
And then World Cup final, and then 2. So they've, yeah.
Jeez Louise.
None of them have been hidings or anything, right? It's literally
in
just
London it was, but that was
Yeah.
kind of put down to it was before the World Cup. It wasn't really a real test. And the last time they won, hey, guess where it was?
Eden Park.
No, it would have been back in
World
Mount
Cup?
Smart Stadium.
Oh,
I think.
Mount Smart fucking stadium.
Beat the bloody Springboks at Mount Smart, I think.
Did we beat them like 50-0?
It was very good. It was a very big score. It was when the
right.
Women's World Cup was on, I think, right? And they
The FIFA.
yeah.
The FIFA.
Oh, and they had to. That's right.
They had to. So anyway, moving on from the All Blacks, I think stink buzz, stink tech here, but have a sniff and get back into it, boys.
live.
That's live. NRL time.
It's time for the bloody NRL.
Would you lead us around the NRL, please, Tav?
If you haven't been watching, you haven't missed much.
It's been good.
It's been a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, the Wires season's finished. We've got a bye this week, so we're not playing. There has been a little bit of hustle and bustle. We started off the Storm absolutely destroyed the Broncos.
They did, didn't they?
I was messaging guys during the game. Tristan Saylor was playing fullback for the
Yeah.
Broncos. One of the worst games of rugby league I've ever seen an individual play. But I've got a theory because the Broncos didn't re-sign him and he's off to the Super League next year. I think he's going to St. Helens maybe. I honestly think he was like, nah, fuck yeah. You know, and he was
Yeah,
just
fair enough.
intentionally missing tackles.
Yeah.
You could see he had no emotion in his
Intentionally
face.
missing
Intentionally
tackles,
dropping balls.
Jesus.
He was just like, nah, fuck
Protecting
yeah.
their body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was. He totally was.
It's a long plane ride over.
And I don't blame him. I don't blame
Fair
him.
enough.
I would do the exact same thing.
Oh, you could play till he's 50 in the Super League.
I have low mana. But yeah, regardless, Broncos, very embarrassing game. And then we had the Dragons give up a big lead against the Raiders
Yeah.
at home. Zach Lomax's last game.
He scored an incredible. Well, he set up an incredible try at the
he
start
did.
there, eh?
He
but,
did.
Yeah.
But no try was better than Corey Horsburgh's
Oh.
last minute
Grubber into the other guy.
regather game-winning try.
It was one of the ugliest things I've ever seen. I mean, it was done by an ugly bloke,
Yeah.
and it was executed like it bounced off the other guy. It barely came off his foot,
Yeah, it did.
and then
Putting
and
a
he's-
grub and grubber, really.
Yeah.
Totally. Well, he is a grub. Absolutely, Ben.
Yeah, if you're listening to this, Corey Horsburgh,
We love you, but you're a grub.
retire.
Don't you go near Jacob Laban, you piece of
Stay away from Laban, you son of a bitch.
He's the future.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That was good.
Notice you guys didn't really go on the soundboard during the All Blacks, by the way. Thanks a lot.
I
I could
kept it respectul.
have used a few sounds.
I
there.
like to keep the farts ready for when we need them.
Oh, okay.
Who else played? The Roosters played the Rabbitohs.
Yeah.
It was Tom Burgess's last game.
It was. He
And
got a
well,
meat
he
pie.
He got over for a meat pie.
He did.
lovely.
You fucking love to see it. And he kicked his own conversion as
He
well.
did. He got it, snuck it in the left post, didn't he? What a
Yeah,
legend.
And so he's off to the UK next year to continue playing. He's been around for a long time.
He has.
He's been
He
around for a
has.
long time.
He was a cornerstone along with his brother of that successful
Yeah.
sort of period for the Rabbitohs.
They were the Travojeviches before the Travojeviches
They were.
in the league.
The bros.
At one point, they had 4 brothers playing in the
They
same
did.
game,
Yeah.
which was
Makes
big-
you really wonder, like, what sort of altar boy shit they were doing for Russell Crowe. But hey,
Hey, yeah, I would like to see the videotapes for sure.
yeah.
But yeah, no, and that was the game where Mark Nawanga Ni Tawase
Yes, he
debuted on the right wing for the Roosters, and oh my fuck me, gee whiz, what a debut!
That man can fly.
He just
Because
jumped in
I'm
the
a
air.
stud.
Yeah, he's a
That's a huge bitch.
he's a huge bitch. I think he's like 6'4".
They were
maybe.
saying that in the commentary.
Six-
eh?
I didn't
Yeah.
realize he was that big.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he leapt over whoever that winger is for the Rabbitohs.
Gray?
Monroe.
Well, Monroe.
I
Sorry,
think,
yeah.
Leapt over him,
Yeah.
basically came from behind, snatched that ball,
Dunked on his ass.
and dunked on his ass.
Yeah.
It was pretty impressive. It was a great start to his NRL career, and he looks fucking good. He looks hot.
Oh yeah,
he's clearly been doing those box jumps in the gym.
oh
true.
classic.
Those are the
Wait,
ones-
can we get a videotape of you doing some box jumps at some stage,
yeah.
Ben?
I'm working my way up to 3 inches.
I do them. I do them on the flattest one, and
Nice.
everyone's like, "You're tall enough to do them turned over." Anyway,
Yeah.
My tummy's in the way.
I'm like, "Fuck up."
When I get to that point in my vigorous workouts, I'm always like, oh, no, I can't do it.
Step ups? Are they step ups by then for you? Just like
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
nice.
me doing a jump out of the gym doors because
Yeah,
I'm
nice.
going home, dog.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, he looked hot. And It looks like Australia are going to lose. You know who they would like to have playing for them?
Yeah.
Nawanga Tawasi.
I think they would.
Yeah.
I think, but Marky Mark, as we're calling him, I think he would be a really good asset to the Wallabies right now.
He would. And the best, but he's great. He's good at what he does. He's fucking great on the wing. But the best part about having him in the league is hearing the commentators try to say his name.
Well, they
Hell yeah.
definitely kept Blocker Roach off that commentary
Yeah,
game. They
they
were like,
did.
nah, he's definitely doing Raiders. Raiders on Saturday.
Yeah.
He's not doing Roosters on Friday.
Horsburgh, Fogarty, easy names, you know.
Sewer. That's the hardest name that he's got to say.
I think one of the commentators got it right, the other one got it wrong.
Okay.
And then by the end of it, they just started saying Tawasi.
Really?
They just dropped the first half of
Nawanga
his
Nina-
last name.
Yeah,
They
right.
just started saying, Tawasi, great tackle there.
I think Corey Parker had a red hot crack at half time, and it almost was right, but it wasn't quite right
it
as
wasn't
well.
quite there.
But hey, I'm going to enjoy watching them continue to struggle.
Just a little segue here while we're
Go
on
on.
the topic of it. How many syllables do you have to have in your last name before it just becomes like you get a nickname and that's you for your career?
yeah, I think
Thou.
two, because I mean, look at like CNK, DWZ, CHT.
That's true.
JWH, JFH.
Yeah, true.
There's a lot of hyphenated names, and most of them play for the Warriors.
Can we start suggesting an abbreviation for old mate that we were just talking about? I'm not even going to have a crack at it.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
too many
it's true.
syllables. for me to have
Nawanga
a go.
ni Tawasi.
NQW, maybe?
Yeah.
But I guess back to the hyphenated name thing, and I'm probably going to get burned in the chat for this one.
Oh, hope not.
Chat, what's with the hyphenated names? Is this a bad look for league? Because it just makes it look like most of these good players come from unstable homes. don't
Holy
they?
fuck,
Right?
Tevez.
They're all bastards.
Jesus, you got a
it's
problem with bastards, cunt?
Are you one?
Yeah, of course I am.
Well, how come you don't have a hyphenated name?
You don't have to have a hyphenated name to be a bastard.
Because he had
It's like-
difficulty spelling. When
Yeah,
he was a child.
it's almost actually less bastard like to have them hyphenated. It means they came to a mutual agreement.
Yeah,
If you've got
it's true.
it's
true.
way more hidden if you've just got one name, mate.
If you got one name, you were definitely in a custody battle of
Whoa,
some sort.
okay. Well, let's do the custody battle section of the show. And then the other game that was pretty stink techy, but like would have had some money on the line was the Doggies and the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Far out.
Yeah.
The Doggies got smoked. No good without Matt Burden, you
Yeah,
reckon?
they got absolutely. Well, they did. They also had Cherry and Adokawa out. I forgot
True,
about those
true.
two. So that's basically they're on the same edge. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's where they do a lot of their attacking. And then, like I was saying, the forward pack is kind of underpowered. So
Yeah.
they rely so much on the back. So then you take one of the edge combos out, you kind of only really have that other edge where Carraz is playing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It still doesn't make it an excuse for like
Oh, no, they got pumped at
for getting
home.
pumped up
Yeah.
the middle. Like, I mean, the under strength in the middle, but they fucking. I don't know. They've out muscled most teams for like 6 weeks. It's crazy that they've
The
leaked.
defense has been good.
Yeah, but they've leaked 30 points both like the last 2 games. It's crazy turnaround for me. I don't know what the fuck's going on there.
All I want to say is if you told me at the start of the season that the Cowboys would be where they are now, I
No,
would have said you're bloody dreaming, mate.
5th. They've finished fucking 5th. How the fuck did that happen?
Where did they?
They tend to go year on, year off.
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Well, no, 4th even.
Let's-
No, 5th.
No, fifth. They
fifth.
could have gone to fourth, I think, but depends if the Sharks lose to Manly. Then the Cowboys, I think, will go up to fourth.
Jesus.
So they'll get a home semi. But no, what I was going to say was the Cowboys. The first year that Todd Payton took over, they had a great season. Next season, they totally fell off. They got like 11th or 12th or something.
Yeah.
Season following this year, they're doing fucking
So
great.
yeah,
again.
yeah. So you're saying the
that
Warriors will be back
Warriors
next
can
year.
come
The
back
Warriors
next
will be
year.
back next year.
Nice,
I'm telling
I
you.
like it.
nice.
It goes like that. You're on,
Good
you're off. You're on, you're off.
Yeah, very good,
So
very good.
Bulldogs,
You
Bulldogs
can't
will
argue
also
with
suck next
evidence.
year. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, no, the Bulldogs. I like to see them lose. I like to see
Yeah.
their
Hell yeah.
fans get humbled because they definitely have no mana. I'm putting it out there.
They're a trade me team.
They are a trade me team.
They're big, Timu.
They're
Well,
dogs.
Yeah, totally. And they've just been fizzing off, just like winning a few games. They basically won the games they should have. they've won also a few games that they shouldn't have.
Yeah,
You know
true,
what
true,
I'm
true.
saying?
Like the one against us, we should have won that game, you cunts.
Basically.
Whoops.
Tell him he's dreaming.
Trade rumors on the block, though. What the
Trade
hell?
rumors on the block, baby.
Marcelo?
Yeah, Marcelo apparently is going to the
no,
Tigers.
Vis.
He's in discussions
There's
with them
a
at the
rumour.
moment. I guess his contract's over. Oh no, I heard it was an early release. Actually.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know what they're doing. I heard a rumor. Someone messaged me and said there's something coming out today about a Warriors outside
Yeah, that's
back.
right.
And I immediately thought, no shade on him, but I immediately thought it would be Dallin because
Yeah,
he's on like 800K a year.
True.
And
That's a lot of money.
I was assuming that they were trying to fret because that's a big chunk of the salary cap.
Big chunk of change.
So I was assuming that they would be like, right, we've got to find some space to
Yeah.
grow because we're in the growth period now.
But he did get 2 tries in that last game, didn't he?
He got 3, I think.
3?
Yeah,
Shit.
he got 3. He's a try scoring machine. I'm happy to let him stay. I just assumed he would maybe get a chop soon. I mean,
Yeah.
800K is a lot for a winger.
Totally.
It's really
He's
up
one of
there.
those players too that when he's on, and when he's not, he's kind of not on.
Should we move on to the NPCC?
Yes,
or
we
have got
should.
one more NRL moment? Nathan Cleary's
yes.
engaged, apparently, we
Yeah,
were saying.
that's what I wrote down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's engaged to, what do they call them? The Wallaroos?
Nah, the
whole
football
team.
team?
The Matildas.
But the Matildas.
Matildas.
He's engaged
All
to
of
a
them?
Matilda. At least
I
three.
hope, yeah.
No,
He's got a harem of soccer
I'm
players.
breeding the next. I'm breeding the next era of fucking Australian
Mbappe
sportsmen.
project.
We love to see it. We love to see athletes hooking up with other athletes.
It's so cool.
Because we just get to picture that in our heads.
No,
What
no,
it
I
look-
don't.
But so he's engaged to Mary Flower, I think her name is. But her name would be Mary Cleary.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so when he marries her, he's gonna deflower her with his
Oh,
wearing.
fucking hell, Ben.
Now we're getting a little look
Fucking
into
hell.
how what Ben imagines on his little
You
workout
had
wanks.
to go there, Ben. You had to
Tell
go
the world
there.
back.
Well, the NPC.
The MP fucking C. It's my
Woohoo!
favorite part of the show.
I thought maybe what about kicking off with the Battle of the Bridge?
Battle of the Bridge.
Auckland against Harbour.
Auckland against Harbour. We talked about this last week. Auckland have been the favourites on the bookies every week.
Every week
They were the favourites again last week. And wouldn't you know it, Harbour came out hot.
they did, and they were leading a lot of the game.
They were leading for I guess you could say 99% of the game. They were in front.
Bloody
'Cause
oath.
they were in front the whole game. They kept piling it on. And then the last 10 or 20 minutes,
They went tit for tat a bit.
Auckland just crept back,
Yeah.
crept back. 2 steps forward, 1 step back sort of vibe. And then by they scored in the 76th minute.
Yeah.
And then of the kickoff, they knocked it on.
Yes.
So it was the North Harbour scrum.
Yes.
And there's actually video of it. We'll chuck it up here. The Auckland halfback got the ball before giving it over to Harbour, wiped his forehead,
crazy.
and then wiped the ball on the players' bellies as well.
Which was all sweaty.
trying
so
to
they
get the ball
disgusting.
nice and slippery. And
so that the halfback from North Harbour had to hold the slippery ball,
basically,
right?
yeah. And
Yep.
it was a water. You know, they do those water breaks before scrums.
Yeah.
The water boy came on. They all grabbed a bit of water and sprayed the ball.
The
as
Auckland
well.
guys.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So is some inside sabotage going on here.
because what happened next was the North Harbour guy.
Bryn Hall. Before he did the scrum. So the ref called time back on. Bryn Hall didn't hear that. And he was like, I want a dry ball.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
he
yeah.
walked off to get it.
And it was centre field, so he had to walk 25 metres to the sideline, right?
Yeah, and he was by the time he got to the sideline, the ref called penalty for Auckland for harbour time wasting.
Yeah, yeah.
And Bryn Hall is blowing up.
He's
at
like,
the ref.
"What? The
He's
ball was
like,
covered
the
in
time
piss
was-
and
the time
sweat."
was off. The time was off.
Yeah.
What are you fucking on about?
Yeah.
And then Auckland went basically the length of the field and scored a match-winning try.
They did,
To-
yeah.
to-
In 4 phases, they'd scored the game winner. It was a crazy little moment, and I feel stink for Bryn Hall, and it was just funny watching the Auckland scrum, being like, hey, fucking, we got done for that earlier in the game. There'd been a time wasting penalty or something earlier in the
right.
game or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
and they just basically begged for that call, and then he was like, yep, sweet, short arm.
Yeah, and the ref just bowed down.
Yeah.
and said, "Anything you want, kiddo."
We've actually got some audio from that scrum where they were doing this.
Go on. Oh,
my
jeez,
God.
Ben.
God.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Wow,
They got
they
it
said
quite
But yeah,
bad.
that was
said
was Auckland's first win of the NPC season.
They think they retain the bridge
little
trophy.
bridge trophy.
It's kind of shaped like a bridge, which is
I think
kind of funny.
Looks like it's like a piece off the fucking bridge or something,
Yeah,
maybe even
yeah.
like
Oh,
a
no.
like a yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I went down here and took a little bit.
yeah. Oh, it's all shaky now.
I don't know. Like me personally, I think like the ref has to actually be a bit present there and talk to the captain.
Yeah.
And give a warning, you know,
Yeah.
or actually see what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't see that they were winning the ball. 'Cause
Yeah.
that potentially could have been a penalty for some sabotage.
Yeah, totally. I think the only other thing that maybe we wanted to touch on predominantly, Otago Canterbury got the win over Otago. Otago looked good early, but
Yes, they couldn't
couldn't quite hold on. Canterbury did Canterbury things finally.
Yes.
But the huge game of the weekend.
The Ranfurly Shield.
The
Oh, what a
Ranfurly
game.
Shield.
What a fucking epic game.
It was a great game. Incredible. So Hawke's Bay had the Shield. They hosted Tasman Makwa in Napier. 7,000 people showed out for that game, apparently.
really? Wow.
That's what they said at the end. I could be making
That's
that number
beautiful.
up, but it's a fuckload of people in a rural,
They love the Shield.
they love the
in
Shield.
Hawke's Bay.
The Shield brings energy to a region in
Yeah.
rugby.
Hawke's Bay need that energy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great game. Tasman looked hot.
They were.
Man, it's a cheat code having
Tava Nawai.
Tava Nawai
Yeah.
to bust through fucking a million tackles and then pass it out to Levi Amoa.
Oh, those
holy-
two are crazy.
Holy fuck. How do
Yeah.
you stop that shit? If the NPC had fantasy, Tava Nawai would have scored like 150 last night.
Totally.
Like, holy shit. But yeah, no, it was a great game. Tasman were on top. A cheeky drop goal as well in there,
Ooh,
which
yes.
you forget you can do.
Yeah.
It was exciting stuff. And here's me mid-watching the Iron Claw, and this guy's talking about offing himself, and I'm on my phone not knowing what's going on the main screen. I'm like, do it, boy, do it.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
missus is looking at me like, what the hell are you bloody talking about?
Yeah, these
Not
are
knowing
heavy
that I'm
topics.
just- yeah, I'm fired up.
Zac Efron, go get your brother. Oh, drop goal.
Yeah.
It was a great game. There was some good mana in the crowd last night as well. And Hawke's Bay, man, they just have, they turn into the 93 Chicago Bulls
Yeah.
when there's a Shield match.
They do.
And we picked it last week that Tasman were going to steamroll them.
We did.
That last 20 minutes was squeaky bum time
Yep.
because
It
Hawke's
was.
Bay scored like 3 tries
Yeah.
and managed to take the lead with 2 points with only about 3 minutes remaining.
I know.
Oh,
Shit.
that final penalty was on the 80-minute whistle.
Yeah.
But I mean, damn, Danny Tuala's conversion could have been the most legendary conversion
Yeah.
of all time. It,
the
from
fact-
the sideline.
halfway, man.
pretty
Oh, no,
good,
no,
eh?
but I mean the
Oh, the
Hawke's
Hawke's
Bay
Bay,
to
yeah.
go to 24-22.
It's true.
He, for all intents and purposes, won the game with one of the great fucking conversions from the sideline.
Yeah, it was a good kick.
And then the poor bastard, they just tried to ruck the game out.
Yeah.
Tava Nawai gets over the ball in the 80th minute, as you say. And as I reacted to you guys in the fucking chat, I went, William Havili's off the field. Holy shit, he got HIA'd like 5
Yeah.
minutes prior.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's their boot. That's their big boot. They need that for the halfway kick. Up steps this kid, Parata.
Never heard of him.
Never fucking
and
heard
he's
him. Played
fucking-
10 games of
He's-
NPC.
Immediately he said, I'll take the kick.
Yeah.
Finley,
He was keen.
Finley let me kick it.
Super confident.
Yeah.
And it's not like it was that close or anything. It was like about 45 meters
It
out.
was,
eh?
it was basically
It was like
halfway.
50.
Yeah,
It was like
yeah.
on the angle, I reckon it was like 50 meters.
Yeah, and it's a windy night in Hawke's Bay last
Oh,
night.
always is.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Maybe they had the wind. Maybe he had some wind. But
what a moment. What a
mana
moment for
moment.
Tasman Makwa. They'd never won the Shield. Obviously, they haven't been a union for like more than like 20 years. Like as a, as like a, as an
Yeah,
NPC team.
They were Marlborough.
Marlborough
back in the
and
day.
Nelson Bays, I think maybe
Yep.
was one as well.
Yep,
but
that's true.
But yeah, so they have won an NPC, I think, I think they might have won an NPC.
Yeah, they've won like 2 or 3. Like
Yeah, but
back in 2018
yeah.
era, I think we've talked about this. Their team was fucking
Oh,
stacked.
it was stacked. They definitely won one, They definitely won a couple.
I think they won 2 in a row at one
Yes.
point. Like they
but
almost
the
went
Shield had
undefeated.
eluded them.
The Shield had eluded them.
Yeah,
Basically.
this was their 5th challenge, and they got it.
Yeah.
So, but
So
now
shout out to you.
Shout out to you guys, Tasman. Quinton Strange, one of the most straight bat post-match interviews all year. I mean, his one showed a bit of emotion after winning the Shield, but prior to that, he'd been bit of
bit of rugby
when there was rain,
miss.
he'd go bit of moisture about, just things like this little cheeky little Kiwi comments,
Yeah.
But yeah, good on them.
Yeah, I saw that they're actually going to do like a celebratory. I think it might. I don't know if it's a parade, but it's going to be a parade sort of vibes in, in Nelson.
Sick.
Hell yeah.
This coming week.
Fuck
which,
yeah.
Which will be great. Do we think that North Harbour will do the same when they get their first win?
Maybe.
Wait, who?
When North Harbour get their first win,
when they get the shield,
they're going to be when they win a game.
Just win a game,
fuck!
yeah.
Are they still? Have they still not won a game?
Actually, no, they have
They
one.
did-
Sorry.
they did
Excuse
1-1,
me,
eh?
Yeah, I think they bit
Northland or someone? Yeah, Northland. Sorry.
No,
I
that's my mistake.
I
That's
thought
my
that was the
mistake.
shield, but anyway.
They
Maybe-
were pretty stoked when they did.
They did, they
Maybe-
were.
They were
Maybe-
doing roly-polies down the hill.
There was some good mana over the weekend. There's some more mana to come.
Yeah, the season will roll
tonight.
on.
Yeah, the season will roll on next week, next Sunday. The game of the year.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Our Wellington Lions travel
looks
down
cute.
to Tasman. It's been prophesised. Tav's been prophesying this for weeks that the Wellington Lions would get a challenge.
Yes, that's
We
true.
needed Tasman to win last night.
We
and
did.
Right.
We were all yelling at our screens, come on!
Come on, you
Also,
bastard.
partly because we love Tasman, mostly because we want the Lions to get their little shot at the Ramfield.
Totally.
Yeah, Tasman, probably my second favourite team. I like watching them.
Yes.
They just have they have good teams.
And also, there's a lot of teams called the Sharks out there. But
Yeah.
there's not a lot of teams that are named after a specific type of shark.
It's
and I
true.
think that's cool.
It's true.
Well, the Great Whites could be misinterpreted.
Is there a tiger shark team? I digress. Wellington are going to take the shield, but it's a storm week for them this week.
So do you reckon midweek, and this is getting a bit nerdy, but like they'll just play a B team?
I was thinking the same thing.
They just play like a fucking second string.
They don't.
like.
They don't really need that win. Who's it against?
I don't know.
Let's have a look. Otago. So they're
it
playing.
down
They're playing.
there?
Yeah, they're playing
You would-
Otago in Dunedin.
You would, You'd forfeit just for a better.
Just fly a random group of dudes from club
Yeah.
rugby down there. They'll still probably get fucking Otago a red hot crack because Wellington's stacked.
Yeah,
But
they are
yeah,
stacked.
and then just put all your best players. Fuck it. Ruben Love. Get
Yeah.
him in next week.
Fuck, can we?
No, bro, straight up. How many? Get Artie Severin. Fuck
Yeah.
it. He's not playing for the All Blacks.
That's
Get
true.
him in.
They're on the contract, right?
Yeah, get him on.
Fuck it.
But anyway, we're going to win the shield. Let's move on to another segment of the show. The world of sports.
We're going worldwide.
We're going worldwide here, people.
Mr. 305.
Kicking
Well-
things off with the world of sport.
A sport that's got a new kickoff. The NFL.
NFL's back.
NFL's
yeah.
back. The Chiefs and Ravens played on opening day on the Thursday or Friday, whatever it was.
Basically, the Chiefs are the new Patriots. If you haven't been paying attention,
They're bloody good.
they're good, and the refs love them.
The refs love them, and Mahomes is kind of like more exciting to watch than Tom Brady. To be honest, he at least runs the ball occasionally. He's really annoying in that sense. He can just do kind of everything.
Yeah,
Great
he can.
hair.
Great
hair.
hair. He's got a great life, that Mahomes. He's also got a great team. That Pacheco, their running back, is fucking insane.
He's awesome.
They've got that new guy.
That new super fast guy, yeah, Xavier Worthy or
Which
some shit.
Apparently the Bills passed on him or something. I don't know what
Idiots.
exactly happened
Silly.
there, but the Bills could have got him, and apparently all the other NFL teams are fucked up that they let the Chiefs get him.
Yeah, it's
He's
terrible.
Scored 2 touchdowns. He's
so fast.
He's looking real hot, and the
Ma-
Chiefs just look really good.
I don't think he trimmed his toenails when the other team saw him. And then he trimmed his toenails. This is how it works for me at least.
Oh,
in sport.
right.
That's how
I
you get
gain
them.
2 to 3 kilometers an hour.
That's
Yeah.
how you get them. But yeah, they look good. And then the Ravens had a chance to steal it at the very death of it.
Lost by a toe.
Lost by a toe.
Yeah.
They threw a game tying touchdown.
Yeah.
And the dude, you have to get both feet in the end goal to make it a legit touchdown.
Yep.
He got 1 foot in there, and the other foot, his toe was touching the deadline.
Bullshit.
We've all been there, haven't
I was
we,
back.
fellas?
I wanted the Ravens to win, but the play before that, Lamar Jackson probably should have hit his
Yeah,
guy
he should
too.
have hit. Lamar Jackson is an MVP as well.
He's a good
won-
player.
Basically, MVP means you're the best player in the league. He won that award, and then he had a throw. He had a guy wide open, threw it
Yeah.
about 2 meters over his head.
ESPN as well. If you want to get in touch, we could be on the shows.
Please get in touch.
Get in touch.
Yeah.
Me and Stephen A. Smith going head to head about the Dallas Cowboys.
I'd pay to see that.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Fuck up, Stephen.
Whoa!
You fuck up.
Whoa!
And I'll
You
come
silly
in.
bastard. I'm talking, Stephen.
I'll come in with some seriously deep analysis. I think there was a localized heat storm on that game, causing a mirage moustache, which led him to overthrow that by 2 meters.
Yeah, well, I tell you what was hot stuff was Taylor Swift was back. Ben, and you've got some opinions about pop music. You know, she's there going, yay, Travis Kelce. Everyone also talking about Travis Kelce's haircut, how last season he was swagged up with his sideburns and his beard and his fade kind of into it. And now this year he's clean cut.
Well,
with a mustache, kind of looking pretty, I don't know, white, I guess is how people are describing it.
When you get in a relationship, you stop peacocking a little bit just because it's hard work keeping it up, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, I guess I can relate. Is that what's happening with you?
Yeah, you know, so I used to have much cooler hairstyle
And
good
big
fashion,
muscles.
Big muscles.
And abs, six-pack, right?
Yeah, six-pack abs. And I also had huge vascularity on all my arms.
Yeah, you were a bit like Robert F. You were like Robert F. Kennedy.
Yeah, I was like
you had a big muscle, man.
I was like an appropriately aged version of Robert F. Kennedy. But
You were.
then
Because
when
I'm
you
a
get into a
stud.
relationship, you're like, well, I just got to tone this down a little bit.
So that's
now.
what's happened with Travis
Yeah.
Kelce. You know, what are your thoughts on Taylor Swift's appearances at the games, Ben?
It would be nice if she could maybe like put a mask on, pretend to be like someone else, and just take a bit of the spotlight away
Speaking
from
of
herself.
masks, that Chiefs fan was a bank robber. He's got 17 and a half years.
Oh, yeah. There's a famous Chiefs fan who used to show up wearing like a wolf mask.
Was he called
or
the
something?
Chiefaholic or something?
Yeah, the Chiefaholic. Similar to the Mount Smart Joker, I guess you could compare him to.
Yeah.
He was a fan favorite. Those NFL fans, they love to dress up. There's usually one person per team who's mentally unstable at the game who's just dressed up like to the nines.
As he,
No, I think most of them are pretty normal.
as he confessed with his name title, you know, he obviously struggled with addiction problems, and I think that's what led him to.
Bank rob.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it sounded like a cool lifestyle. Hopefully they'll make a movie about the Chiefaholic at some stage.
I
I'd
can't
watch
wait.
that movie.
I can't
Yeah.
wait. My life is last night was a movie because I robbed a bank.
Yeah, he robbed like 11 banks and he was going to all the Chiefs games and having a great time. So it sounded like fun until, you know, he got caught and got
nice.
17 and a half years in jail. But yeah, that was a cool start to the season.
Yep.
Great game. And then also Eagles beat the Packers in Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo, Brazil.
And a lot of the players were getting in trouble because, you know, the NFL likes to be this big kind of, they like to do like global kind of diplomacy and spread the word of American football around. So they take
play
these
in
games.
the UK sometimes.
Yes. They played in UK and this was their first time playing in Brazil. But all the players were like on podcasts, you know.
We don't want to go.
Yeah, this guy Darius Slade was like, hell nah! He's like, I'm not going down there. One thing I wanted to touch on with that whole scared of being in Sao Paulo thing is like Philadelphia is one of the worst crime-ridden cities in America. Like they have a whole street with just like people who are fucked.
They call it Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And also, like in San Francisco the other week, I'm pretty sure one of the wide receivers got shot in a robbery attempt. So I mean, come on, guys,
In
get over
Philadelphia
yourselves.
or in San
In
Francisco?
San Fran,
Yeah, true. And they call Chicago Chirac.
Chirac,
as well.
they used to call it.
Well,
yeah.
What about this though? We didn't speak about this at the time, but during the London Olympics, how do you say this? Hideki Matsuyama.
Hideki Matsuyama, yeah.
He actually was held up at knife point, I think, and had his passport stolen, and he was robbed.
Yeah, that was after Paris.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was in London after Paris on the way to like, I think another tournament. His caddy couldn't get into America because they were supposed to go play another tournament. And they both got robbed in a restaurant or outside a restaurant.
Yeah.
What are they going
dudes.
to do with his passport? That's a confusing one.
Go to a really expensive golf course
Yeah.
and play for free.
Hard out.
There's
Fuck yeah.
Speaking
They
of,
all
there's-
robbed Ryan Fox. Hey, hang on a minute.
there's another one after the Euro 2020 final, which was I think it was Wembley. I think.
Oh, yeah.
Lando Norris, the F1 driver.
Yeah.
He was robbed at knife point.
Jeez.
Yeah, and had his $144,000 watch stolen.
Oh, who needs a
Oh,
watch
that's
that
too
expensive?
expensive.
Yeah, come on, guys.
But better be tell time
Ben's
really
watch
well.
is only worth 30 grand.
But then I'm
Yeah.
reading here again that apparently Lando Norris was robbed on holiday while in Marbella.
Oh, he's a target. He's like you.
He's a target.
I need to see a photo of this guy. Do you guys share any similarities?
Oh, I hope so. He's a pretty good looking guy.
okay. Yeah.
You guys hear the stories about what like people targeting super wealthy people in Airbnbs, and they'll just
Yeah.
go in and they'll flood it with gas, and then while everyone's knocked out, steal all their shit.
Does that happen?
understand.
And that's why Ben doesn't book Airbnb, folks.
Yeah.
He's terrified
Hotels
the
only.
little trip to Tauranga for the weekend, he's going to get gassed and robbed.
something like that happened to me and my brother and a bunch of his mates.
Except it was his brother farting up the Airbnb, bro.
One New Year's, my brother lived like 2 or 3 blocks away from Lambton Quay, and one New Year's we got out fucking smashed. Went back to his flat. Woke up the next morning. I was having a coffee outside, and his car wasn't there. And I just assumed he was like down getting some food or something. And then he came out of the front door. I was like, "Oh, is Helen your girlfriend? Is she out in the city?" And he was like, "No, she's in bed." And I was like, "Where's your car?" so someone
Those
someone
dogs.
saw us at like 2 or 3 a.m. stumbling back to his flat wasted.
Yeah.
And we obviously didn't lock the door. Someone just walked into the flat,
Oh.
took my brother's car keys, and stole
Classic
the car.
Willie
Those
move.
dogs.
Horrible
Yeah.
way to start the year.
Yeah.
But also
Yeah.
famously, let's all remember back to when Sonny Bill was playing for the Chiefs, living in
yeah.
Hamilton. And some dog knew he was in Christchurch playing the Crusaders, so they robbed him.
Fuck,
right.
that's right. Yeah.
Sonny Bill.
Smart. I
Even-
mean-
even Sonny Bill's not safe.
Moving on to the world of football.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. The world of football.
The world of football.
World.
I don't have a football sting.
Mine
is
So,
America.
we don't talk about it enough.
We'll just quickly touch on this San Marino. They're a small country. I don't think they've been around very long, but they're the
They're the bottom ranked
210th
international team.
ranked FIFA team. That's the last ranking, and they beat. They hadn't won a game in 30 years or something. They'd never won a game. And over the weekend, they've got the UEFA friendlies. They beat Liechtenstein 1-0.
yeah.
1-0 in the
Incredible.
margin.
Nations League.
Nations Cup League
A
or whatever the
nation-
fuck it's called.
A nation wept.
Yeah, a nation did.
Apparently
that.
their Twitter went nuts.
Yeah.
The country's Twitter was going crazy. This is the best day ever. People were like, chill out, mate. It's not that
Not
big a
that
deal. You
crazy
beat
'cause there's
Liechtenstein
only-
1-0.
There's only 30,000 of them, so like
Yeah.
the servers were sweet.
I
But
mean,
yeah.
Palmerston North's bigger than
Yeah.
than San Marino, right?
Yeah, it was a good manner. We know what it's like, you know.
We've had very
Yeah.
few dubs on this show, so yeah, we're waiting
It's
to,
like-
waiting for our first.
I mean, our,
Oh.
the
it's like when
white-
the All Whites win.
yeah, the All Whites.
well, the
you
All
know.
Blacks at the moment.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Get him, ref.
Come on, bro. They need to fucking beat South Africa. Fuck.
Yeah.
New Zealand has won its first gold at the Paralympics in 2024. Anna Grimaldi has won the 200-meter final, T47,
Wow.
in a back Stade de France.
Is that running 200
Yeah.
meter? Wow.
Wowee.
I know. She already had bronze in the 100 meters, so good on her. Anna Grimaldi, we salute you.
Good on you.
You guys have probably been following the Paralympics a lot more than me, and there's still a few things I'm severely confused about. But
okay, I'm
I
scared
have a-
about what's
I
coming.
have a
here.
little bit of a question. In Paralympic,
We'll cut this part out if Ben goes anywhere. Too bad.
in Paralympic equestrianism, does the horse also have to be like missing a leg or
Look, you could
whatever?
just look this up, mate. Why are you asking me?
Well, I thought you guys might have been watching.
It's on TVNZ. I don't have any rights to it.
It
But
just seems like a little bit of an unfair advantage if the horses aren't. That's all I'm saying.
right, okay, fair enough. I don't know.
We're gonna look into that.
America's Cup.
Oh.
Who gives a fuck about it? Not me. Let's move on.
He hates it.
Nah, Ben, sorry.
Cancelled.
We're not going there.
I
don't
really,
watch it,
I really
but
couldn't
I
care
just
less.
I find it funny that I wouldn't have even known it was on, but you hate it so much that you found out it was on to say that you hate
I
it
have
was
to know
on.
shit's on. I have to know what I'm not going to talk about.
We have reasons though why we don't like it. Mainly because I just don't find it that fun to watch.
It's-
I don't
yeah.
know.
Tav doesn't understand how the boats stay up in the air.
I don't- yeah, I
Ra
don't-
doesn't like that all those guys get heaps of money.
I don't get what a
It's not
jive
that.
is.
It's boring to watch.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a very elitist thing. I do find it kind of funny that it's
Isn't
just
it on for like free to view?
It's like watching It's like watching car racing in slow motion on the water. I just don't find.
true.
I don't know. I just don't find that interesting at
Yeah,
times.
I
Either.
don't know. I'd be happy to just watch a highlight reel. I'll give you that much.
I'd rather watch jet skis race.
True.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Yeah.
That would be way sweeter, faster.
But
you
like
know?
the 80s wave runner styles.
Yeah,
you know?
and they crash and stuff maybe, but they have
Yeah.
cool helmets and stuff.
And
I
we
don't know.
just give it to tourists. We don't get professionals.
We can justify not liking to watch sailing, but Ben hates basketball
Yeah,
for some
Ben-
reason.
I like playing basketball. I just it's
not
a
the
long
question.
fucking game, and then when it gets to playoffs and there's like 7 games a week, and they all last like how long's a fucking basketball game last?
Yeah,
Hours.
it's
way
probably-
more
it's probably
regular
like 2
season.
hours, yeah.
Ben doesn't like the fact that it's just like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and
Yeah.
then it's just decided in the last minute. He's like it's a classic
There's no
take.
big movements to me. It's just a war of attrition, and you have to
there's
watch
some-
all of it to see anything good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not going to watch 8 hours of it a week.
I guess
And that's just one team. What if you want to watch the whole fucking league? It's
You
impossible.
can't watch the
you
whole
got to
league.
pick. You got to pick the right game to watch as well.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you get lucky, and there's like a last minute amazing winner. But now basketball, I still enjoy it. The NBL is starting back off soon. Starting back up soon.
I do actually want to go see one of those.
The,
We
yeah,
should do
the
it.
Breakers games are meant to go to, definitely. It'll surprise you. It's just a different atmosphere than you're used to.
Yeah, it's chill.
It is chill. It is
Well,
nice.
there's nothing happening, so
No.
there's nothing to get fired up about
No.
until the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, basically. You might get a dunk here and there. Or a
Yeah,
free-
dunks are cool.
Dunks
It's
are cool.
like cricket, but with heaps more running around.
Dunks are sick.
So like I was saying, we were talking about getting robbed, or me being scared of being robbed.
Yeah.
In countries like Brazil and
Yes.
most of South America, really. And Ra was going to take us through some international etiquette
Yeah, so
when traveling.
yeah, so obviously we've all travelled, and
Yeah.
I don't mean to be boosting myself up, but I've probably travelled more than you guys in my adult life now, little bit, just by a hair's breadth.
Yeah.
I've been to a few countries. I wouldn't call myself worldly, but I've learnt a thing or two. And something I learnt in England, actually. And so, we've got the ways we communicate here in Aotearoa, New Zealand.
We do.
Would you not agree that telling someone to fuck up is kind of almost colloquial and not meant in any kind of hurtful or, I really use
Fuck up,
fuck
cunt.
up, as in a serious manner.
Like overseas.
No, here.
Oh,
like to
right.
you, if I told you to fuck up, you'd take it with a grain of
I
salt.
kind of laugh it off. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
as would
get
you.
fucked.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about fuck up here, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not. I'm talking fuck up. So anyway, I was working in an office in London, right? And someone was having a joke with me, a British bloke.
Yeah.
And I remember standing in the middle of the office and going, fuck up, James. And the whole office fell dead silent. And he really got offended by this and gutted. And he said, "You can't talk to me like that, mate. What? I just, it was one of those moments you realise.
That's worthy of another fuck up, James.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is you've got to be respectful of other people's etiquettes and cultures.
Yeah.
Obviously, England's close to us. They speak England
Yeah.
there.
Whinging Poms.
But yeah, anyway, fuck up doesn't mean the same thing in England as it does here. That's all I wanted to say.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
So
do
just
they say?
remember.
Get real.
don't
Apple
be
and
as-
pears.
Excuse me.
BA.
I'd probably say, yeah.
Behave.
Settle down, mate, or
Yeah.
something, I'm saying, fuck up, bro.
Oh, you hard bastard.
I've also got another one from England, actually, just quickly. I didn't know what the term nonce meant. I've told you this. Have I told you this before?
Fuck, yes, I know what it means.
No,
though,
but
so-
I didn't know what it meant. I didn't know what it meant. I thought it meant you're a nonsense person, like you're nonsensical. So the same guy, actually, he was my
Renaissance.
mate, but I called him a nonce in front of the whole office. I said, "Shut up, James, you nonce." And he goes, "You can't call me that." And I said, "Why not?" I said, "You're a silly bastard." And he goes, "It doesn't mean silly bastard, it means pedophile." And I went, "Okay, I will not call anyone a nonce again."
Yeah.
Hotline in if you've got little social faux pas you've made out there on the road in the wide world where maybe in Italy you said the wrong thing for thank you or something,
Yeah.
Who
Or
knows?
Maybe you were walking down the streets of Tokyo eating all of the 7-Eleven food
I
while
did
walking.
that. I've done that too. So that was actually my next
Yeah.
story I was
What,
going
you're
to
not
do.
allowed to walk and eat?
You can't
No,
eat in
that's
public
rude,
in
yeah.
Tokyo. In Japan, it's real.
Well, you can, but you just have to be seated.
But
seated.
Artie Savit does it all the time on
He's
his
sitting down on
Instagram.
the steps. But yeah, you shouldn't be doing that. It's
Oh,
rude.
wow.
It's real
That's
rude.
rude.
Why? Okay. Learn
Yeah.
something every day. I suppose, yeah, respect the sandwich that you're eating.
Yeah, I
and-
didn't
and
realize.
take a seat.
Someone told me on like day one, and then I was real hungry after a shoot I was there on, and I was eating a box of chicken wings in a car park, and I was with two Japanese guys. I was like, "You want some?" And they were like, "No,"
That's
and I was like,
tapu, bro.
This is Tupper,
That's
isn't it? And they were
Tupper.
like, yes, it's Tupper.
Wow.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
What are our ones?
Let's find out and talk about them next week.
So
Sitting on tables, maybe, I don't know.
sitting on tables. A lot of I'll say a lot of the reason why I'm scared about traveling to some places is for getting robbed, but also getting scammed.
Oh, getting scammed sucks.
Now we know that the scams are rife in places like Europe and Egypt. I've seen a lot of
Yes.
it on TikTok, which means it's real.
Yes, true.
There's a lot of scams. A lot of the common scams is when someone will give you something pretending it's free, and then you say, thanks very much, and you take it out of the packaging and put on the bracelet or the necklace or whatever, and then they say, that's 150 US, please.
Damn. So just quietly, I just want to touch on it. I've never heard you talk about going to Egypt ever.
No, but I've been seeing it. I've been seeing a lot of... because I'm not fucking going.
I saw his phone the other day. All of the tabs in Safari pyramids.
I told you guys.
Pyramid schemes.
I told you guys yesterday. I was watching the Scorpion King.
Oh, yeah,
okay?
true.
And I've been rewatching the Mummy movies. So fuck up.
And you do love a pyramid
All right?
scheme.
Yeah, I love a pyramid scheme. Exactly.
I mean, technically, this podcast is a pyramid scheme.
Pyramid schemes, they happen. They happen at the pyramids. People.
Tabs, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Tab's pyramid scheme isn't like a Ponzi pyramid scheme. It's a scheme about the pyramids.
Yeah,
I like to live in fear. I'll go onto TikTok and just search scam. And I'll just watch lots of scams.
Freak yourself
that
out.
I know how to combat them.
Yeah.
Usually it's by telling them to fuck up and just keep walking.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's everyone knows like the pickpocket lady
yeah.
on Instagram who goes
Yeah.
around calling out the pickpocket people.
But isn't she just yelling at homeless people after a while? People say like...
Arrivederci, pickpocket. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
If
they're
you look-
picking people's pockets.
But what if they weren't and you're just on TikTok screaming at a homeless person?
Nah, you got to see. Nah, the people she's screaming at, they're like wearing suits and stuff. Like they're professional
true.
pickpocketers.
Okay.
If you're from New Zealand and you're looking at booking a trip to Giza, but then you sit and the trip promises you a tour of the inside chambers, but then you see that it's .co.nz, that's one of Tav's pyramid
That's one of my
schemes.
That's one
pyramid
of Tav's
schemes,
pyramid
yeah.
schemes.
Don't-
I mean, he's becoming a travel agent,
don't
basically.
out me.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So I wanted to kind of, I guess, take that fear
Yeah.
and target it to some local areas that I
Yeah.
could get scammed in New Zealand.
Oh, Jesus.
And then on my drive out here, actually, I think just about every traffic light that I stopped at, there were people offering to wash my car window.
Are you calling them scammers?
No, well, I mean, it's kind of our version of it, I guess.
Oh,
I don't
really?
know. I just have a bit of a
I mean,
fucking...
they're asking for spare change, bro.
No one's got cash
It's a
anymore, though. It
cashless
seems a bit
society,
suspicious,
bro.
doesn't it?
Yeah, but
What are they really after?
Yeah, what are they really after? They want like vape.
They want
like
the
if
juice off the front of my windscreen.
they want a hit of my vape, maybe.
give them a vape if you have one.
no,
You know?
no.
All I'm saying is that I reckon there's value in that juice on my windscreen.
I feel like there's we're getting into sort of some
Conspiracy.
no, we're sort of punching down here a bit, and I think we should stay clear of it.
I haven't started punching yet. I'm just setting
Okay,
it up,
punch
all
them.
right? Okay.
Punch them.
I'm just Bruce Buffer's just introduced the fighters.
Okay.
The fight
I
hasn't
don't
started yet.
well, I am not going to go there.
Shh.
Ben will definitely
Shut
go there.
up and let
Yeah.
me speak.
Well,
Okay,
damn it.
go on.
I
Sorry.
think those guys work for the government, so it's debatable whether or not we're punching
Okay,
down.
Okay.
I'm not going to start throwing any punches, but I will just say that they're probably making more money than us, and it's tax-free cash. All right. But what I was going to say is, if you
Okay.
would let me fucking
Yeah,
talk,
Yeah.
All that goes to the GCSB.
shut up, damn it.
Yeah. Go on.
I want to say,
Yeah.
instead of washing windows, these people who hang out at the traffic lights, what's some alternatives that we would like to see them doing
dog walking.
instead?
Oh,
no,
God.
at the lights, instead
Yeah,
of them
that'd be
going,
dangerous,
"Can I
yeah.
wash your window?" Because I'm like, no, I could do that. I could
Baby-
do that.
babysitting?
I'll probably do a better job. Like
Yeah, that's true.
maybe just come up and just. I would honestly prefer if they just came up and said, "I'll rock paper scissors you for $2."
Right.
You know what I mean?
You know what would get me?
I feel like we're coming up with sort of like some sort of boot camp national party
Yeah.
policy here.
You know,
No,
know
God
what?
damn it! I'm
think
trying
it'd
to
be
fucking help them.
Yeah,
know-
that's what I think Chris Luxon says as well with the boot camp stuff.
you know what
but
would get me every time?
what's that?
Fritz's Wieners.
Oh.
If we sort of raised enough money for a micro loan for a Fritz's Wiener cart for some of these people.
It's true. Like, why don't they just go? I'd rather like if they just had some lollies, like a little like 50-cent mix or something like that. I'd be like, yeah, bro, definitely.
Right, because you can wash your own window.
Yeah, wash my own window.
Yeah.
Like, and they probably won't do a good job. I don't know where the fucking that water's been or where it's come from or what it is. It could be dirty. It could be pee-pee. But
Yeah.
regardless, I'm just saying, like, they need to rethink their business model because there's a lot of things there I would pay for.
Right.
The window washing, I don't want it.
Right,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yeah.
kind of like I don't want to make eye contact with them because I don't want them to think.
Oh, I've got auto wipers as well, so as soon as they spray my windscreen, it just goes off and whacks their shit out the way. I feel
Right.
really bad sometimes. But
Ben,
hey,
Ben paid. That's aftermarket too.
Yeah.
Ben paid to install that
Yeah.
to get rid of them.
Whoa.
But yeah, like if you,
He's
what,
all got spikes on his car.
what do you guys think?
Lasers, a little sprayer.
Send us some voice messages to the Heaps On hotline and let us know what do you think the window washers could be doing instead that would pique your interest and maybe motivate you to actually give them some cash. And that brings me to
Holy shit.
What is this?
it's the Heaps On hotline, baby.
Oh, Heaps On hotline.
So we don't know. We go into the segment cold. We don't know what you've sent in. We don't know what's happening. This could get us cancelled. So it's a bit of a roll of the dice, really.
No swears if you're doing this.
We've
please.
only had one message in this week, I believe.
Keep it to
Yeah.
20 seconds is good if you can. But yeah, if you want to be on the show, dial that hotline. It's on our Instagram, link in bio.
Link in bio.
And Ben, hit us with that motherfucking message.
We've got a lovely message from a gentleman named Derek.
Beep, 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 beep.
G'day, fellas. Yeah, my name's Derek. Just wanted to say your thoughts on whether maybe they should drop Damien McKenzie out the All Blacks. For me, this doesn't offer enough for the tech. He's all over the show, and also, what are your thoughts on why we're knocking the ball on so much? What do you think it's down to? Yeah. Also, loving the podcast. Love Ben.
Oh.
Ben's my favourite.
Oh, load of shit.
You know, again, I thought this could be a fake call, but when he said that he loved the podcast,
And
pretty
Ben was
convinced it's
your-
real.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ben, motherfucker.
Damon McKenzie, nah, keep him in there. You're a fucking idiot, Derek. And sorry, mate. And the knock-ons, I think we just didn't handle the high ball enough. They knew what was going on and they got in our heads. Russie was in our heads.
Listen, Derek, I don't know if you've ever played rugby before. It's hard.
fucking
Yeah,
hard,
it's hard,
man.
bro.
Also, I don't know about you guys, but if I eat a really spicy dinner, then afterwards I actually get quite sweaty on my hands, and maybe something like that was going on.
True, it's true.
Well,
They-
yeah.
A lot of players use that sticky spray
Totally,
these
yeah.
days.
Who's gonna win? Rock or
I have no idea.
Holy shit. I don't even know what it is today.
Six again. That's right. It's that part of the show, isn't it?
Times
Where
10.
I put
Shit.
these bastards head to head.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you
paper.
guys, paper, scissors, rock. I'll get set the scene. How shall I? All right. Well, fuck, hurry up. Jesus. Jesus. These
won,
guys
I
just-
won, I
these
won.
guys
I,
just
I stopped using rock
five
this
or
week.
six drawers. Okay, so I want you guys to name for me the top 10 retail entities, companies, retail
Retail. I thought you were going to say something different.
retail in New Zealand. 3, 2, 1, begin.
Kmart.
No.
The warehouse.
Oh, wait,
group.
sorry. Kmart, yes.
The warehouse group.
Yes.
Does that include?
Glassons?
So Kmart includes Bunnings because it's the same company.
Oh,
And the
okay.
warehouse group is the warehouse.
Torpedo 7 as well. Is it? No, maybe not anymore. I think they sold it.
I see Glassons.
Glassons, yes. That also includes Hallensteins.
Okay. Damn,
Oh,
that's good to
shit.
know.
Retail. Harvey Norman.
No.
Shit.
Think food as well. I'll give you that.
Oh, what?
Pack and Save.
That's foodstuffs. So that's also New World and Foursquare.
Well,
Okay.
I'll say Countdown then.
yes, that's Woolworths.
Farmers.
No.
Damn. Farmers fell off.
Farmers fell off. God damn. I want to say the other supermarket one, which is not foodstuffs and not Countdown, but it's
No,
Choice, Fresh Choice.
it's not it.
Fuck.
Oh, shit.
Think clothing, think cars.
Clothing. Cotton On?
No.
Let me have a think here. H&M.
No. Think,
J Car.
no. Think kitchenwares
Oh shit.
and sports.
What's the other one that isn't
5,
Harvey Norman called?
4.
Briscoes.
Yes.
Rebel.
That's the same
here.
thing. All right.
Because we were in the super round there. So
No Leemings. That's what I was trying to come up with that whole time.
Nah, it wasn't on it.
Oh,
So pretty tight one actually. Not too bad.
I don't
So-
think I lost that.
I think you did too. Number one was Foodstuffs, biggest retail company in New Zealand.
those fucking rip-off cunts.
Those
Drop your prices, you
fucking price
bastards.
gouges.
Yeah.
Drop them. I
Yeah,
can't
they're
fucking
all
afford
in.
to live. I can't afford my feta cheese.
So that's New World Pack and Save and Foursquare. Number two is Woolworths, which
Yeah.
is Countdown and is it
Oh.
just Countdown? I don't fucking know.
Maybe another one.
The Ben got that one. Number three is it's called like West Farmers, which is Bunnings and Kmart. Right, got it.
Kmark.
There's
Number
no farmers involved.
No farmers involved. Number four is Briscoes, which is Briscoes and Rebel. Right, got that one. Number five is the Warehouse Group.
Whoa,
Yeah.
nice,
Ben
Ben.
got. Number six is Hallenstein / Glassons. Same owner. Didn't realize that.
Neither did I.
Number seven, Cars.
What is that?
Turners.
Turners.
Jesus.
Turners is number seven. No one got it. Number eight,
Is it still retail though? If you have to auction? Oh,
I don't
Apparently,
know.
I don't fucking know. Stuff wrote an article about it. I just copied
God
it.
stuff.
Number eight, Cars. Super G Border.
Super G Border.
Yeah, I guess
They're
because
bigger than Repco.
I guess because
now.
it's way bigger in Australia.
Right.
I don't know. It's super cheap. Number nine, Kathmandu.
Oh, shit.
How the
we
fuck
love
is it-
our
how
outdoor
the
stuff.
fuck is it that big?
It's expensive. I didn't think
cheap, made in fucking like China.
It's made in Kathmandu.
It's still expensive
I
though.
wish. Number 10, keeping it local. Michael Hill Jewelers.
Oh, everyone needs a little ring for
Yeah,
their little missus.
Little
More
bling,
of a
bling,
Pasco's
bling.
guy myself.
So we'll give that to Ra had 4, Ben had 2.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice work, Ben.
I don't even know what half those places are.
Neither.
Me neither. But what brings us...
How many Glasson stores are there?
I don't know, Ben. You haven't
Basically,
gone into a central
there's
city and
No.
If there's
Years.
a Westfield Mall, there's a Glassons.
I don't fit any of those.
they're
you
women's
know.
clothes, Ben. They're
Yeah.
not for you.
Well, not yet.
Okay, now it's time for the picks.
Brings us to the picks, the last part of the show. So we've got a few big matchups this weekend, next week / week, and we're going to give you who we think is going to win so you can make some money.
Yeah.
I'm going to swap the music up for a bit for this. We've got the Shield match, which is going to be huge
It's
next
gonna be
Sunday.
Wellington.
Like we said, Wellington are coming off a storm week, but we're predicting that they're going to bench a lot of players for the game against Otago during Wednesday.
Yeah. Why
And-
would you? It's a nothing game.
It's enough. Well, it's a nothing game, which they'll probably win anyway. But regardless, what's your predictions for
I'm
the
going to
game?
say Otago because I hope Wellington
Oh,
don't send anyone
the,
down.
The Shield game.
Wellington.
Wellington. Yeah, it's going to be in Tasman. I'm going to say
Oh,
Wellington.
sorry.
Wellington.
We're talking about the Shield game.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Wellington for that
I'm
one.
going to go tight as well. Wellington 1-12. Fuck it.
Nice.
Some other great games we've got just quickly.
Waikato Hawke's Bay.
Yeah, Waikato Hawke's Bay. I'm going to go Hawke's Bay.
I'm going to go
Yeah.
Waikato.
Yeah, it's going to be a tight one.
Yep.
Bay of Plenty, Taranaki.
Bay of Plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go Taranaki.
Yeah, good idea.
Reigning champs. And then that brings us to the NRL, which is going to be fucking beautiful, mate.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going to be sick.
So I think first up on Friday, it's going to be Storm versus the Sharks
Yes.
or Cowboys, but probably Sharks.
I'm going to be in Melbourne, and my mate said I'm not allowed to go, and he listens to this podcast, so
Who's your
fuck
mate?
you. Julian.
Your missus.
Don't, no, yeah, he said I'm not allowed to go.
So yeah, I guess Storm are going to be hot favourites for this one.
Yes.
Surely.
They're probably going to win it, and they're going to have a week off. Those bastards.
Yeah.
Panthers versus Roosters the week following. the game following.
Game
sorry.
following. Yeah, I
be
think
tight.
that
But
fuck, it's hard to pick. I think that the fuck it Roosters.
Yeah, I'm going to say Roosters as
ooh,
well.
I'm going to go against you two and say the Panthers.
Wow.
Okay.
It'll be interesting. Nathan Cleary should be back.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And he'll be all fired up. He's got a
Or
new
sore.
Harry McCleary misses, as we touched on earlier.
The next game is Cowboys versus the Knights / Dolphins. Whoever wins today. If let's say if it's Knights, Cowboys or Knights.
Cowboys.
Ben?
Cowboys, yeah.
And if it's Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Oh.
I reckon the Cowboys has just been these quiet achievers all season long. I wouldn't be surprised if we see them top 4.
They're inconsistent, I would
Yeah,
say.
they lose by heaps or they win by heaps.
We
It's-
smoked
yeah.
them. They've had a few games where they've lost after being up by heaps.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put any money on Cowboys.
But
Nah.
let's put it this way: all the games they've lost, it's like they were tactical losses.
Oh, okay.
It's true.
Ben could be right there.
It's true. And then the last matchup is likely to be Bulldogs versus the Sea Eagles, which I think, didn't they just play?
Yeah, and the Seagulls won.
Yeah. Sea Eagles
Hopefully Turbo's back.
Smoked them. Oh, yeah, Turbo should be back.
They reckon.
Saab is probably done
Head
for the
knock,
year.
maybe, yeah.
Head knock for Turbs, eh?
No, it was like
Was
a weird
it?
AC joint thing that like they said he didn't need surgery for or
Oh, yeah,
something,
that's
wasn't
right.
it? Or
His
something?
shoulder or some
Man's
shit.
made,
Yeah.
man's made of glass.
Yeah, poor dude.
What else is coming up?
Just like my Turbo.
UFC. So Sean O'Malley puts his belt on the line, his bantamweight belt against this guy called Merab Davashvili. Both
God. Good thing
make
he's
really
not in the NRL.
Yeah, Jesus. Both guys make really silly videos promoting stuff often on their Instagrams, and
Nice.
this should be a bit of a grudge match. One time, Merab stole Sean O'Malley's Michael Jackson jacket in the ring.
Wow.
They weren't even
Shit.
fighting. It was just like he was one of the other guy's mates. It should be a good little grudge match. So I'm picking Sean O'Malley to defend his belt there, but it could be a close one. So check the house on Sugar Sean, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sugar Sean.
Not the house, just what you can afford, like $5 or
Where's
whatever.
the other guy from?
Georgia, I think.
Oh, okay.
But he's like, he fights out of America.
he's
very.
not like one of those Dagestanis, is he?
No, I mean, he's from the Eastern Bloc, but Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
Tbilisi.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But he's definitely a wrestler
Nice.
and definitely wears the hat. He wears the big furry hat.
So put that all into a multi, fellas,
Yep.
and load them up.
Load him up.
Yeah.
I wonder if anyone's ever followed us.
He's going down. He's on the midnight train back home. That's
Oh,
what I'm
and
saying.
also, last week I picked it, but I was a week too early. The North London Derby is next week.
Tottenham,
Oh, yeah.
Tottenham and Arsenal. I reckon
That'll be a
Arsenal are
good
going to
game.
do them at the Tottenham Stadium.
Yeah, I said
Spurs all the way.
last
Fuck you, Spurs.
I said last week it's going to be 2-0 to Arsenal.
Nice.
So
the
put-
arse. Up the arse.
Up the ass.
Up the arse. We love
arse.
yous. Go good, my sons. Well, is that us?
Yeah, I think that's us. Hold on
It's been
one
a
second.
hell of a weekend.
Let me
Been a
put
hell
on
of a weekend.
That's us.
That's us.
If you've made it to this point, congratulations.
Or what the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah,
Get
what
back
the hell?
to work.
Yeah.
bro. It's been a great episode, I think. Me personally, we've covered a lot. And it's going to be a lot
Yeah.
that we're probably going to leave out of it.
Yeah. Send us messages, DM us, send the voice notes in on what you want covered. We'll
Yeah.
try our best.
And if you have any,
Talk to us.
if you've got any feedback, especially if it's incredibly critical and maybe deeply personal with its
Yeah.
attacks, we'd like to hear it. Send it into what's the link again, Tab?
The more personal, the better. I love feedback.
What is the link? I don't know.
Memo.com. It's in our
Yeah.
it's in our
Go to
Instagram
link
bio.
in bio.
Link in bio, baby.
Any apologies for this? Anything you've said this episode?
I'd just like to maybe apologise to Artie Savir. I said you didn't play too good, but
did.
you're one of my favourite players
did.
of all time. Love to see you bounce back against the Wallabies, and just sorry to the All Blacks in general. We had to put the boot in a little bit.
Yeah, we did, actually,
We
and
hold you on a
raise it.
pedestal. We put you up there.
I'd like to make a heartfelt apologies to all of the fully abled horses in the Paralympics.
Yeah,
Yep,
they
good.
deserve it.
Yeah.
They deserve
Yeah.
that.
You
did-
went for them.
You
Yeah.
ripped
When
it.
I'm wrong, I'll admit it.
You did go for
I'd
them.
like to apologise to window washers.
Yeah,
out there.
good idea.
But you could be doing other things.
That's still you're sticking to your guns. You're apologising. That's a backhanded apology.
I'm just saying.
Well,
That's a
you
backhanded
need to
apology,
rethink
man.
your business
They put
model.
these-
Do what
Buddy.
you are. They're in hard positions, these people. I'm not trying to speak for all of them, but you're speaking like they're living in fucking mansions, these
I'd
guys.
also like to apologise to any pickpockets out there. Keep doing
Yeah.
your thing.
They put
as long as
these-
it's not Tav.
They put these bloody speed bumps by the lights now too. It's honestly, it's getting more and more dangerous.
It's true.
All right, fellas.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks everyone for listening.
Bye.